Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can end up beating Rollout in Fall Guys every single time. I know that you guys have probably heard that statement a lot, but this is why this video is going to be different. I am going to be showing you guys not only how you can end up winning Rollout basically every single time, but I'm going to be giving you guys clear and exact specific examples on how you can do so instead of just saying a broad term like, oh yeah, stay more to the left, stay more to the right, watch out for obstacles, yada yada yada. I will give you specific examples. That is why you're going to be seeing the gameplay here. So the gameplay you're going to be watching is my attempt at playing Rollout and winning, and then it's going to be playing through again in super slow motion, so that way you guys can hear me say and explain something in real time, so that way you guys don't have to rewind the video and wonder what I'm saying that correlates with the gameplay. But before we do begin though, just as always, with any of my tip videos, I would always like to mention three things. The first thing is if you simply happen to end up enjoying the content that you see, definitely consider supporting the channel by dropping a thumbs up, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that beautiful stuff, because then YouTube will be like, hey, everyone likes this guy, let's recommend his content. And if there's anybody else that is like you that looked up advice, I can be able to provide my video and serve you and be able to help you guys with a piece of advice that might get you a win. So if you guys want to end up doing that for maybe like your buddies or something, please definitely do so. The second thing as well is that if you guys want to see any specific game mode covered in Fall Guys next, let me know and I can do that for you guys. The previous two episodes were on Slime Climb and on Jump Showdown. Sorry, not Jump Showdown, Jump Club. But that's what happens when you stay up making videos at like 3 AM in the morning. You forget the name slightly. Anyway. And then the last thing is also, as well as with any of the other content as well, is that I wanted to clarify is that with the gameplay and the background, if you guys have any questions or you would like me to reiterate things, just ask me in the comments and I will definitely do so. But anyways, so let's talk about Rollout. So, Rollout is one of the survival courses in the game. There's obviously races, there's the team-based modes, there's the finales, and then there is survival. Really, the only survival courses that are actually worth playing in this game is like this, and then also Block Party. There also is weird circumstances where there's like a half and half with like Tiptoe, and then there's also things like the like matching game, but nobody really likes those last two. I would say that Block Party and Rollout are the best. So I'm going to be explaining Rollout, because Rollout is one of the more easier ones, and it's never really changing on comparison to, like, let's say, Block Party, which Block Party is constantly being changed, so it's hard to keep a update on it. Rollout is basically the same. So Rollout, let me explain. So for Rollout is obviously going to be a set of rolling tiles as addressed by the name. There is going to be several categories of colors. There is going to be blue, there is going to be purple, there is going to be orange, and then it's also going to repeat. And basically what you guys want to end up doing is you obviously want to end up being on the color that will allow you to not fall through the cracks and the holes. So there's going to be random holes or random just open spaces on each random part of the 5 spinning cylinders, and if you fall off, you die. That's very obvious. Now, this doesn't have exactly a countdown timer, and this also does not exactly have to be done in a certain amount of time. It's literally just you wait everybody out. This could theoretically go on endlessly, so unless people are getting pushed off or fall off, the game can go on endlessly. Now, the way that the platforms work is that there's open gaps, there is barricades, and then there's these little donut-shaped like bumpers that you would see on, like, for example, like Slime Climb. And all these can be to your advantage and also to your disadvantage. If you end up falling off, you're completely screwed. It's very rare. I've seen instances where people will fall and they'll land on the piece as it's going back up, and it can theoretically save you, yes, but I wouldn't count on it. What you want to do is these following tips right here. Number 1, only stick to 2 platforms. You do not need to go around the whole entire map. You do not need to end up avoiding exactly a certain color. You theoretically could work with any of the color, but I would recommend only picking 2. So like for example, I'm rotating between this purple one and this blue one constantly. I'm not even bothering going on the other half of the map because you're putting in so many variables by running across the map. You're running into players, you're running into different shaped holes. It's hard to keep track of the memory of the whole entire course. It's very easy because when you're playing Rollout, whatever random generation of shapes you get is that way throughout the whole entire match. It's not constantly changing. So if there's one giant gaping hole on purple, it's going to be one giant gaping hole on purple. It's never going to change. If blue has a lot of donuts, blue's going to have a lot of donuts. It's going to be the exact same throughout that whole entire game. Now, it's different every game, but that particular game, whatever you got, is going to be what you're going to want to, expect, because it's going to be the exact same. Secondly, as well, some platforms are going to be a lot more open and dangerous than others. You guys are going to be seeing me over here because there are certain platforms where there's just a giant gaping hole that goes pretty much the whole entire length of the color. Some of them are like the purple here where you have a whole bunch of mini gaps, and then there's blue, which basically only has like one significant gap, and then it's pretty much fine the rest of the time. And you never really want to go past like, a diagonal angle. Since it's a flat surface at the angle of these things, you don't exactly fall off per se, but you can slide, and if you're too far on the edge, you will slip. But luckily, if the area does end up having a wall like those doors, you actually can fall on it and they will catch you. And if you're going the direction where it's coming back up again and you fall into it, it will just fling you back up. Obviously, this will not work if you were going back down, but if it's going upward, you can actually use that to take a sharper corner where you would otherwise fall off the map. So you want to end up looking for sides that have a lot of barriers. You want to look for ones that have little to no holes. And it doesn't really matter if they have donuts. The donuts don't really seem to bother me. But you want to definitely avoid the holes and go for the walls. Also, another thing as well is grabbing and pushing is super, super, super high in this mode. Because since the thing is that there's no timer, everyone is eager to get to the next round, so a lot of people will grab and shove, and you want to be ready for that. And a lot of people do not know this, but I learned this tip recently, is that if you end up grabbing somebody, if they jump, and they only jump, they can actually get free of your grip. And I've tried this in certain instances, and it actually can work. I can't perfect it, and I also don't know if it's even a guarantee, but there's been times where I've been grabbed and I jump, and it lets me go. It's not perfect, but it works sometimes. So I figured that would be better advice than just to say that it doesn't exist at all. So that's pretty much it for Rollout, guys. I hope you guys ended up enjoying the tips. If you did, please consider dropping a thumbs up, commenting, subscribing, all that beautiful stuff. And I hope these tips ended up helping you out. And just once again, if they did, please do all the stuff to support the channel. It's always greatly appreciated. And yeah, guys, hope you ended up enjoying. Let me know what game you would like me to cover next for some Fall Guys tips. And I hope you guys ended up enjoying another YouTube video with the most unique YouTuber. You guys will...